Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. If you're here the first time, welcome. If I've seen you before, welcome back. I'm gonna go straight into Bitcoin. Actually, just kind of let's have a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on from yesterday. I was kind of had two sessions yesterday. The second one was basically a little bit of a kind of chill chart and chill. So I went to bed quite late or early, and and now just back up, just having a look and seeing everything. So kind of looking at the charts now, looking at Bitcoin's local price action now. I mean, I think it's bullish. I'm not bearish. I'm not looking at this and going, oh my god, this is going down. I would like to take out 100k, to be honest with you. I think I'd like to see that happen. I think it will, but you know, you never know until it does. So this has kind of not gone to the top. It's kind of fallen short. I like that. I like that it's fallen short, to be honest with you. I think it's worse. It'd be much, in my mind, it's more bearish if it goes to the top and rejects. It's better to kind of put lower highs here because then you can squeeze up. And obviously this bearish scenario didn't play out, which is good. So there was no rejection off the value area low, and you see actually we had a little back test. See that? You see this, that's a back test. Okay, so once you get that, you have a clean invalidation, and then traders will long until effectively going all the way up to the other side of the range, which is what's happened. So you get a back test like that, and then traders will long, and then they'll take profit at the point of control, and then it continues, and then they take profit at the other side of the range, which is the value area high. So that's basically what happened. It's come down to the point of control, not found any support. Okay, not really. And now we're kind of trying to make our way down to fill all the gaps and kind of liquidate a few more people. As always, Bitcoin tries to liquidate people. What's happening here with Bitcoin is that it's consolidating, isn't it? It's consolidating. Am I seeing weakness? I'm not. I'm not seeing weakness at the moment. There was a little bit of weakness yesterday as we lost the point of control, lost the value area, and then we got right back in. So weakness followed by strength with a back test. We had this kind of rounding top. We lost the neckline, got right back into the neckline. I consider that strong. I think that's bullish. I don't think that's bearish at all. So I was looking at, I get notifications when people do streams, and some people are talking about, has the 100k level been front run? That's the question, huh? Has it been front run? Was this a front run? Was this a front? I don't really think so. I'm not really seeing bearish divergences in the order flow. I'm not seeing massive rejections here. I'm seeing a lot of bullish absorption here, and we have had liquidations in the lows of this range. Okay, not recently, but yesterday, look, we had some big liquidations. So we haven't really had liquidations to the upside, some smaller ones, but not any big ones. So I'm not really convinced. Look, when I look at this range, where are the liquidations? They're all in the lows, aren't they? Look at these liquidation bubbles. Liquidation. It's all in lows. Hi, altcoin draining. How are you? Welcome. Nice to see you there. So I don't think it's been front run. I'm not on that mindset yet. And for all intents and purposes, what I'm seeing is consolidation underneath resistance. But is 100k resistance? No, it's psychological resistance. It's not actually. There's no resistance here. For some reason, people have impressioned in their minds that 100k is going to be a big level to cross. Actually, I still think that when we cross it, we're just going to go through it, okay, and then we're going to rally. I really believe that, and everything that I'm looking at tells me, points to that direction. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, you're looking at the CVD. Look at this. we're kind of close to this low here, this liquidation bubble low here. You see that? And so that you see that low is actually quite, it's at about 50, 90, 95k, 96k almost. See the CV is right back at that low, almost. Hasn't made the lower low yet. And the price is about $2,500 or so higher. So there is, it's not like crazy bullish absorption, but there is bullish absorption in this range. Yeah. On the higher time frame, it never plays out when you want it to play out. It's always more bullish at the lower time frame. Here you can see in this lower time frame, you can very clearly see it from the pivot early this morning at 1:20 a.m. and to the pivot put in just now recently, just half an hour ago. You can see that there's bullish absorption, lower CVD, higher lows. Let me have a look at this chart that Altcoin Dreaming has sent me. Let me have a look at that and see what he has to say about the price action. Let's have a look. Golden pocket and the value area low from the pivot put in this morning at 1:20 a.m. To the pivot put in a bit earlier on today, about 8 or 9 a.m. Yeah, so we're coming into a nice area for the price to find support. And then he's also mentioning to me it's also the previous day VWAP as well. So again, it's the neckline of that rounding top that I was talking about. We're coming back into the neckline again. I probably think I'm expecting a higher low here. That's what I'm kind of expecting. He's saying that the green dashed line is the previous day VWAP. I really need to get that chat overlay set up. So it looks like we've got a reaction, huh? We've got the reaction. That's what it looks like. Just looking at this chart now. Let me go to the order flow here and have a look and see what kind of, they've got a big long come in there. So we have a little bit of bearish divergence right here just now. So there's a little bit of a bearish absorption here. Let me just refresh that. So it's interesting because you're getting bullish and bearish divergences at different areas. Right now we're getting quite bearish divergences here. You see that the CVD's just made a higher high from this local high. The price really needs to clear that high, and then that divergence is going to be leading. It'll be invalidated. But right now you can see the OI has gone up 13 million, and we still haven't got aggressive shorts into these lows actually, and I think that's what's missing here. So there's like a 2.3 million short there, so they're trapped at the moment. Oh yeah, there's shorts here. Look, there's a few shorts here. The OI didn't go up, it actually dropped, so it was more like a long closing. If the price can actually get above the, and I think for today, if the price can get above the daily open and the VWAP, little back test for support, I think this is going to rock it. Yeah, so I'm not really feeling this kind of 100k front run that I'm starting to see on certain people's accounts. And as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned, just looking at the price action, we are range bound and we're consolidating. For me, this is range bound consolidation. We're just chucking in volume relatively evenly across this range, and this is the range low, this is the range high. Okay, and you've got the value area in between. All right, so typically speaking, if it's bullish, we should be making either lower highs and higher lows to form some kind of pennant here. All right, or a flag. That would be more bullish to see that. So I think we're probably forming a triangle, some kind of triangle here actually, just looking at it now. Let's have a look at this all the way up to there. Yeah, that's the value area low with the golden pocket from this. So we might actually come back down to hit the golden pocket again, to be honest with you, because I'd like to see shorts come in and get trapped, more shorts get trapped. So that's kind of your area of interest here, and maybe we've hit it, you know, maybe that's the front run. The other thing that I'm looking at here again, as I said, was some kind of ABCDE type triangle. Or maybe something like that. I'm not crazy about it, but it's okay. Maybe we actually need to come here. I like these triangles where the mid, the kind of the crux, it lines up with the point of control. So actually the point of control is a little bit high. This is not high enough. I'm not crazy about this triangle, to be honest with you, but there is some kind of higher lows, lower highs forming here. Yeah, something like that. You can see it. And with bullish divergences, we could be looking at some kind of it's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm not sure how low this will go, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment. That would be really bullish for me. And then just break through 100k. No resistance there. The volume will come in, it'll take that level. If you get a large volume rejection, typically if we're looking at a large, then this, so all right, shall I go back to the options? Make more options. Option 2, option 3. Why not? Just for shits and giggles, you know, it makes it easier actually to hide shit. So it just takes a little bit of time. Call it bullish option. I have to maybe delete the other one. The other one's called scenario. This is bullish options. I can change the adjective. Let's put a fixed range in there as well. God, I've got so many. I need to clean my charts up. I probably need to delete everything. So, and then this is, again, it goes back to this one, this bearish scenario. Not that one. Not that one either. All right, so I think we can delete these now. Get rid of them. Although maybe one of them was still okay. No. Yeah, so we didn't get the swing failure. We went up and we're looking for a back test here, and then we went up effectively. So actually I will delete them. Maybe, and so this is the only kind of the bearish idea that I have, which makes sense to me. It would be a clean rejection here with high volume. Really, like, and you'd see a wick, you'd see a selling tail with high volume. Yeah. And then I want to see short center. So I want to look at the order flow and go, okay, lots of short centered. And then I want to see the price right back down here, really, really suddenly. Yeah. I wouldn't want the price to be still at the top there. Although it could grind down. It could grind down. But I'd want to see us lose the point of control pretty quickly. I think that I think even in that situation, we're range bound, and we're probably looking to go down to take the lows for a bigger range, for some kind of bigger range, right? That's kind of, I'm still like, I'm not thinking we're going to get a rejection to suddenly go down and down and down. And even if we did, 91k is still on my radar. Okay, so I'd still be looking to aggressively long 91k. My mindset is longs, yeah. And so a couple of friends have reached out to me. One reached out to me today, and I'll be chatting to my other friends, and they're like asking me what's the best way to trade. I want to get into trading. Should I learn how to trade? Some questions like that, some very simple questions. My first response might be to ask them to just watch my YouTube, but I guess some people don't have the time. and they just want to quickly learn how to trade to make money. So I think you just, despite what some big traders might suggest, I think we're in longing season for the next few months. Even if the price crashes, I don't think it's wise to short, even though shorting might be the most profitable way to make money in crypto in the long term. Yeah, because short trades move really quickly, and you can make a lot of money very quickly if you get liquidations, especially in hyperinflated markets. I don't think we're hyperinflated. I think we've been consolidating for a long period of time, and we've just broken out. Yeah, maybe at higher prices it will be something to be looked at. I think you need to see kind of bearish divergences and really bearish funding rates to contemplate shorting, and then you have to have very clean invalidations, because the good thing about longing now is, like, let's say I take a leverage long now reflecting $1,000 worth of value on Bitcoin at 97k, right, at a cross margin leverage of like 2x or something like that. I only need 1k in my account to reflect 2k worth of Bitcoin value, and if that drops down 50%, that would be my liquidation point. The reality is that it's highly unlikely that I'm going to get liquidated, and whereas if you were to short using that same principle, yeah, you could get liquidated quite easily, because the price could pump. Yeah, it's more unlikely for the price to crash in the context of the structure that we've created and the volume that we've created. So for example, I don't expect the price to come down here underneath 48,000. Yeah, there'd be something drastically wrong with crypto Bitcoin if that was to happen. Yeah, I'm not expecting that. And so, but I am possibly expecting that to happen. So that's the problem with shorting. You have to have very clear invalidations, and with longing, like, even if you don't want to have an invalidation there, like, I'm not expecting the price to come down to 10k or 8k. So you can lightly leverage on Bitcoin or any crypto using a cross margin leverage account, having very low liquidation points, and you just make sure you just take profit when you're in the green, or scale back in the green, and then you scale back in the dips. For the next 3 or 4 months, that's it. Really, like, anyone can make money in crypto. Literally anyone can trade crypto. That's my experience from the past. It'll be very easy to make money. You're just long. You won't even do any technical analysis. You're just long. You're scaling. You'll use a time-based approach to scale in, and you'll suddenly see that your positions are all green. Yeah, you just have to take profit. Yeah, but when you're shorting, it's much more problematic, because you can scale in short, you can scale in. If you're not sure where you're going to get liquidated, where your invalidation is, you have a wide invalidation, then you'll get in a lot of trouble. Yeah, because you'll be forced to close at red, whereas with longing, you're not forced to close at red, because we know, even if it dips, we know that it's going to come back up. The knowledge of the bull market, of the increase in value over the next 4 months, that confidence gives you the ability to have wide margins, invalidations, and not close red positions. Yeah, so it was happening a lot. It's been happening throughout the course of the whole bull market. So it goes against the basic principles of trading, what I'm suggesting. Yeah, but you can only do that in a bull market. You can have really wide invalidations, and you just keep on scaling into the dips, and you keep on taking profit into the highs, and you take the profit and you're buying spot. That's what's been happening throughout the course of the last year or two from back here. You can't do that with shorting. With shorting, you have to have a very clear invalidation, otherwise you'll get in trouble, because you could you could get liquidated, and or if you don't have a clear short invalidation, then you'll have to end up closing positions heavily in the red. So it's a very different strategy. I don't recommend people to short right now at all. So that's just kind of like if you're interested in trading. I don't think it's a bad idea. That snapshot didn't work. I hope it wasn't a virus. I'm not giving any financial advice, but my friends are asking me, and I think it's just I think right now it's so easy to make money in crypto. I think you sent me that already, didn't you? That any fool can make money in crypto right now. You almost don't need technical analysis. You can almost just watch your favorite influencers, see if they're bearish and bullish, make sure that mainstream media isn't telling people to buy crypto, and just keep on buying. Jill, how's it going? Do I have Discord or Telegram? Nope, nope, and nope. I just have my YouTube and my X account. I'm not here to sell things. I'm not here to promote things. I'm not here to take your money, to be honest with you. I'm happy to do this as a hobby of mine. I enjoy it. I make my money from crypto. Don't need to make money from people. All right? You're happy to just come and join our live streams. We've got a nice little kind of little community growing here, and there's a lot of knowledgeable people in this channel that they're willing to help you as well and just kind of participate. Not really interested in selling stuff at the moment. Maybe in the future I will. Maybe I'll change my mind, but not right now. I'll try and copy and paste that. No, it still doesn't work. Yeah, this page isn't working. Contact the site owner. That 2E, I don't know what that 2E is. Snapshot. You're trying to send me a shared file, aren't you? All right, so we're getting a little pullback. It's coming into support here. What would be bearish here? Okay, so that's a question. What's bearish? So it's clearly not a rounding top. I think it's bullish because we've come back into the neckline. We're back into the range after losing it, putting in a higher low. I think what would be bearish here, let's have a look at the daily candle as well. I think the daily candle was okay. We've gone up now to take the liquidity from the daily level. You see that there's a daily level there. We've cleared that. So at the moment, that's your real resistance, potentially. Not 100k, but it's this kind of this daily level that we've put in. And effectively what the price needs to do is flip that into support, and then we'll actually go, rather than people kind of imagining 100k. 100k is not really resistance in my mind. It's just psychological. I think what would be bearish, the only bearish contemplation that I have right now would be a really ugly daily candle, like a really horrible one. And even then I would expect it to go back up before it dropped. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to just dump. So I'm just kind of like, right now I can see it's a little bit range bound by X certain candle, by that, maybe that doji, or, and I kind of would like to, if we close like underneath here, and even then, like if you close there, we're probably going to go back up for a back test anyway. The next candle will probably go up first before it drops. So I'm kind of looking at these candles and I'm going, okay, we're consolidating, and I'm seeing a lot of altcoins, they're looking ready to go up, to be honest with you. And so I think it's all within the context of the weekly time frame. I think it's always possible to come back down here to 93.5k for a test. I think it would look really bearish, but in terms of these weekly candles, that would be okay. You'd get a wick all the way down to back test the top of that wick, and then you could get continuation. Okay, and I think, like I was saying yesterday, I think it's unlikely that this monthly candle is going to end up with a big fat ass wick. Right now you can see the monthly time frame, these candles are increasing volume. This is healthy, and as long as that continues, we're not going to get too bearish. Increasing prices, increasing volume. So we're seeing that, aren't we? Let me pull the Trump pump volume as well, just to check, to make sure that there's no changes. The Trump pump volume levels. I mean, some people have been talking about they're waiting for a crash. Maybe there's a crash this week. No one really knows when it's going to happen. And even when it happens, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a massive amount of buying in that dip. So here, look at this. This is really interesting. So you see the value area high has actually moved up. See that? Right now we're coming back to back test it. So we kind of lost it. We're coming back to back test the value area high of this volume range from the Trump pump from the evening that of the US election. That's what I'm calling the Trump pump. And right now this is the value area, and look, we're coming back to test it. I think if we meaningfully lose this, reject, and then go down and put another low like that, then actually this probably wants to go down to here, down to 91k. Okay, so if I see that with a clean rejection of this level, of this neckline, the neckline that I talked about, this the neckline of this rounding top, then I want to see that. If I don't see that, I'm not going to get bearish. Okay, if I see that, I'm going to go, okay, maybe we're going lower, and even then I'm going to just be bullish down here. I'm not going to be bearish on the higher time frame. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. If I don't see it, I'm not going to get bearish. I just want to see us lose levels. Right now we've come down and we've lost this point of control. The reality is we didn't even test it, so I don't really know. I mean, we're coming to find support, aren't we? Okay, so for me this is a really important level at the moment. It's looking like we're coming down to test it. Let's see what happens. All right, so let me just mark that off as bearish option 1. And again, these are just 2 options of possible scenarios. There's probably 100 more. Yeah, everyone has a different idea of what the price action could do. Some people use moving averages. I'm not, as you can see, I'm not using moving averages to analyze the charts. I'm just contemplating movements based on the fibs and volume. Effectively, that's all I'm doing, and probable outcomes or probable scenarios. Yeah, the most probable scenarios if levels are lost or reclaimed. So here's a screenshot that Altcoin Dreaming has sent me. Let me kind of try and drag it there. Do that drag. Negative. Let's look at it like that. Let's have a look at it like this. So Altcoin Dreaming has the SFP of that level there, that pivot, that's the range low, or the value area high, that one that we just marked off. He's looking for 2 levels where the price. I'm kind of in agreement with him as well. I think if we put in a higher low here and reject off the value high, then I'll be looking for these lows to be taken. Again, it's possible that you still get a swing failure here and just get right back up and go back up. And so you have to be aware of that. Like right now we're in longing season. Whereas what Altcoin Dreaming is showing me, you know, why not? It's possible. All these things are possible. I can see here, I don't know what these, One is, don't really know what these bars are representing. It's good that you're using Binance futures, so we're looking at different things, so that kind of helps, because if we see the same thing on different charts, that helps. Okay, so one is CVD, one is open interest. So this top one is the CVD. This looks like it's the open interest. Oh yeah, they're in order. And then just deleted that. One is volume, and then the other one is something else. Yeah, we got really bullish CVD here. Bullish CVD on Binance futures. I look at Bybit inverse derivatives. I think it's good to look at different charts. I prefer, I mean, it's force of habit, really. I mean, you could probably analyze any chart and come to the same conclusion. And this is all aggregated data he's mentioning. All right, so these are kind of the two areas of interest. Right now we're coming into one. I kind of think we're going to hold. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. If not, I also think here we might get a higher low and not a swing failure. If we do come out here, a swing failure would be a great opportunity to take an entry, but it's not, the price action isn't giving us swing failures, it's giving us higher lows. And so that you kind of know we're in bull season now. And coming up here, you see we've actually right. So anyway, these are kind of like some ideas, and then obviously if anyone has any ideas differing from this, then feel free to send it across, and we can have a look at it together. I really feel we're going up, yeah, just simply because ETH started pumping today again. Oh my god, look at cake. Oh, it's against BNB. Why have I got it against BNB there? Where's my other cake chart? I need to put them together, because otherwise every time I'm going to go, oh my god, look at cake, and it's going to confuse me. Let me put it there. That's better. All right. TII, yeah, TII has been pumping. I've got some of that, so that's good. That's good news. Amazing, huh? TAI. Amazing. Oh, it put in a higher high, huh? It looks like it's put in a higher high. Let me just have a look at my T. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe how much my account has gone up on TAI. It's crazy. It's a crazy increase in value. Yeah, amazing. In such a short time as well. All because of this point of control, huh? Point of control. I saw even L3 was pumping today. Right back at the highs. Look how it dumped again, and look, it's right back up. So actually L3 is interesting, huh? Because this is corrective, isn't it? ABC. It's a corrective ABC, and that's the impulse after that correction. Potentially. I don't know. It's an interesting one, this one, because there is definitely impulsive price action here. Maybe that was impulsive and that was a corrective, and now we're impulsing again. It's so volatile. Like a token like L3, if you're botting it, you could make a ton of money. Look how much it goes up and down in a short period of time. Look, up, down. It's up 10%, down 10%, up 10%, up, down, up, down. Look at that. ATH, huh? Well, I'm actually leveraged on ATH at the moment. I don't know why. I don't actually have any spot bags. I didn't want to, I wanted to expose myself to ATH. And actually we're putting in volume here. So I do wonder if we're going to get the point of control to flip to this underside here. And just looking at the structure, did I do any analysis? No, I didn't. You see, we'd put in a higher high. No, that was the higher low. So it's a bit tricky because you've got this big fat wick. It's a bit misleading, this wick, because I wasn't sure. Maybe that was the higher high. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Is that wave one? There. And is that an ABC? Are we close? Are we close to this coming to an end? I don't really like the fib ratios on this fib time. Let's do it from here to here. Kind of front run the 1-to-1 here on one of those pivots. Not really. Maybe this is a 1 point. It's hard to know, huh? We're coming closer. We're close. It's holding the value area low. We kind of need to put a little bit more volume just to kind of flip this point of control. Let's do an extension. Oh no, look at this. So we're finding resistance off the 618. It's very easy to see here. Look at that blue line where the price is finding resistance. And the 1-to-1 is here. So that's a really good entry if a little fake out, a little sweep of the lows. That would be a really amazing entry, to be honest with you, here. But it's holding the value area low, so there's no real reason why it should go down. If it does, then this is the best entry. Otherwise, the minute you find a little bit of strength here and just get back above this 618, which we're kind of underneath it now, aren't we? Then we'll probably go up. Probably. Let's have a look at the charts. All-time low V. Oh shit, we're from when we're at the all-time low VWAP, the value area low, and the 50% fib. Yeah. And if we get a dip, then that's just going to be an amazing discount. Is there any divergences? Yeah, there is. Look, there's divergences on the RSI. No, the stochastic RSI is showing some divergences. Let me have a look at the divergences here. Yeah, look, lower MACD. Lower MACD, higher lows. Oh. Almost higher lows. Yeah, you're getting some absorption here on the CCI. It's coming to kind of a big SR flip, the 0 level. Slightly lower, but it's kind of, you've got a big SR flip there. Otherwise, it's just going to go in sideways at the moment. This is nice. Look, a little bit of Pumpy, pumpy. Let's pump it. Let's pump it. Pumpy, pumpy. This could be the next big one, huh? The next big mover. ATH. I've got a leverage position open because ETH is kind of going up a little bit. Yeah, I'm really bullish. Does anyone ever watch my streams and think otherwise? I've got a position of 19,000. It's not bigger. I don't go crazy with leverage. Oh, look, the funding rate is bullish by more. It's minus 0.0545%. Actually, I just bought some and the funding rate came down by a little bit. Let me buy some more. What X? Oh, leverage. I only do lower leverage. I only do like a 2x. No. I do very low leverage and I don't take big positions. And I use a 2x leverage on a cross margin account, and I won't take big positions on any single coin. So if for reasons that I can't explain this goes to zero, it's not a big deal, because I'll be exposed to a lot of different coins, and then it will only be 2x, so I can never get liquidated. Yeah. And then it's only a small, like with the profits, I'll buy spot. Does that make sense? So I'll take profit when it goes into green. I'll take profit. I'll start taking profit. I take profit aggressively. It depends, you know. Sometimes you're expanding, but you know, you start going heavy into profits. You have to take it, and then I'll just scale back in if I feel like it's got more legs. I'll just scale back in. And for the next 4 months, that's not how I trade, by the way. Only in this context. Yeah. When I want to do proper trade, this is no way I would do that. I would have a stop loss and a validation, etc., etc. Risk 1%. Have my take profits mapped out. That's just classic trading. Yeah. But when it comes to the next few months, literally it's up only. So what you have to do is you have to expose yourself to as many positions as possible, and then you'll see tokens will move at different times. They won't all move together. Yeah. So right now on leverage, I'm just looking at my account. I've got 27 positions open. Some are reds, most are green. Yeah. And then some will pump, like WIF just pumped earlier on, and I just quickly took profit with scaled my position right back. Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but you have to have a stop loss. Yeah, you can do that, and you'll have a trading account, and so that's fine. You could do that's perfectly acceptable. But I think like, because I'm not in front of the computer all the time. I'm not like trading all the time. I come on and analyze. I see what's good. I scale in. I see it pump, and then I'll take profit. If I was like, maybe you're trading, maybe you're a trader. If I'm just trading, yeah, I won't even have spot. To be honest with you, I didn't care. You know, wouldn't even bother. And I'll be risking 1% of the actual trading account value in. I'd probably just do BTC if I was trading. I wouldn't even bother with altcoins, because the easiest one to trade is Bitcoin, because it's technically respected more than, and it's the most liquid. Yeah, I wouldn't even necessarily bother with altcoins so much, because all you need to do is increase your account size by 1% per trade, and you can grow your account size. You don't even need to hold spot if you can trade like that. But the thing about these next few months is that you can open up loads of kind of positions, and then suddenly you're going to get exponential moves, which you can't really trade that. So you have to expose yourself to a lot of open positions to catch those moves. it's a lot. You have to do that with spot. And so with the coins that I'm analyzing, I'm saying, okay, this coin is bullish. It's looking bullish. The structure is bullish. What I'll do is I'll just scale into the pullbacks of those strong coins, the coins of choice. And then as soon as they go into profit, I'll take profit. And then I'll use that to buy spot on coins that I'm interested in or haven't got enough exposure on. And that's kind of, I mean, everyone has their own kind of method, but at least then I don't have to kind of sit in front of the computer kind of stressed about a trade, thinking about my trade. And I think it's like in the next 4 months, anyone can make money in crypto. Literally, like you don't really have to be technically apt, whatever, to make money on crypto. So we're having a little bit of a pullback here. I think ETH was kind of pushed a little bit. So let's have a look at ETH. Yeah, look, ETH pushed. So ETH BTC is dropping. Oh shit, ETH BTC is going up. Yeah, ETH BTC is going up. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Wow, Bitcoin dominance is almost down to 58%. Wow, that's amazing. Huh? The DXY is pulling back. We've put in a higher high and we're heading down, huh? So we've kind of potentially that this harmonic, this Gartley or whatever. It's probably not a Gartley. It's something, I can't remember what I called it. Reminding myself of these names. Trading harmonics. Let's have a look. What is that pattern? I'll tell you now. Shark. It's kind of like a shark because you take the low and you take the high on these two pivots. Sharks are usually much higher, like that. So maybe we are still going higher. I don't know. The swing failure of this pivot. It's not really a swing failure. It's more like a failed auction, but we're pulling back here on the DXY. That's a higher high anyway. So for me, that is really important because that just confirms a structure change to bullish. I wouldn't mind if this pulls back to 50% for another sweep up, but we'll see. Right. Hi, Mohan. Manta, huh? Slurf looks weak. Is that what you're saying? I see Jill, if Jill is here, well, he wants me to have a look at Void. Yeah, let's do it. So Voids, let's have a look at Voids quickly. Is that the right chart? Look at that, huh? So we're kind of a little bit earlier. It was this Trump pump. We knew it was coming to an end. I kind of had it coming to an end, and it held the value area low here. I think the last video I made on Void was this is a buy, not a sell. I kind of had this correction coming to an end. I explained how I thought probably this whole thing was possibly ABC, and then some kind of 5-wave down. This whole thing was corrective. I think the reason why I explained that was because, let me go back to log. Sorry, I had it on regular for a while because I was checking something on the speed fans. I think the reason why I said possibly this was still a correction, was because I'm not quite sure about 5 waves here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. That's not a 3 because the 5 would be bigger. So I kind of came to the conclusion maybe this is just an ABC. Okay. On the back of an ABC, and then we've got this kind of big 5-wave pullback here. I mean, maybe this was impulsive and there are 5 waves there, and that was your wave 3. If that is, then this next one is going to be a shorter wave for a wave 5, because the thing is, when it comes to Elliott waves, the 3 can't be the shortest. And so if that was your wave 3 and that was your wave 1, then this next wave you're basically going up to there, and that's it. And that's your 5 waves. And that doesn't even make sense, because if that was your 3, then it has to find support at the top of the 1. So that can't be your wave 3, unless the only other kind of caveat would be if that was your wave, if we're still in the wave 3 and that was your 1 of 3. And that doesn't make sense either, because it's just taking too long, like, to correct on this first impulse, which wasn't even really crazy impulsive. Well, maybe it was 800%, but not over the top. So I'm kind of, it's a tricky one. I think as time passes, we'll know. Yeah. And as we see this next wave, we'll know. Like, it's quite subjective, and I've created this idea, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a better idea that someone else has mapped out that can kind of make sense of this being a wave 1, this being some kind of wave 2. We're in the wave 3, and this is the 1, this is the 2, and we're still in the 3. The next one was the 3 of the 3. Maybe you could argue that as well, but I'm not crazy about that idea, just because of the way this is corrected and the way it's timed. Yeah, so the timings on this ABC are really nice. Really nice timings, really nice ratios. It's the structure is looking really nice for a correction. So you've got this kind of ABCD kind of diamond style shape, haven't you? And we have kind of landed at the right time, which was this 1-to-1 fib time, based on those pivots. So I'm kind of more like thinking that because we had such a crazy pump in the first instance here, 5,000 or so %, we've had this kind of prolonged extended flat correction, okay, which makes me ultra bullish on this token, ultra bullish, like beyond bull. And the reason why is because these long corrections, and especially these long flat corrections, just for me are really bullish. And if we're about to go into a wave 3, then maybe we're going to get more of an impulsive wave 3 than people expect. This wave 1, it could possibly go up to the all-time high, or kind of this 1-to-1. That's kind of, I think I've got that as a target. So from the current price, where are we now? We're here. You're looking at like almost a 3,000% increase in value. We'll see if we get that. Then this is going to be pretty easy, isn't it? Back test all the way down to the golden pocket. That might be your second target. Your first target in this context is going to be the top of this range, this 786, this area here. And let's see what happens. Let's see where the price finds resistance. Is it impulsive now? You're getting some impulsive price action a little bit. Look, wave 1, 1, 2, 3, maybe. You want to see more volume coming. There is a little bit of volume here. And also the real kind of, this is what we need to do is compare it to here. Was there much volume here? Not crazy amounts of volume. I would like to see more volume. This is a better indication. So here you can see that there is a little bit of volume on KuCoin on the weekly time frame. You can see that last week we had an increase in volume. You see that? And that red candle had quite good volume. It was just as much as the previous week, and the price actually closed slightly, like significantly higher than the week open. And the week after, i.e. the previous week, we had increasing volume, increasing prices. So I think this is quite bullish right now. We're back above the point of control. We haven't back tested it, but it's looking quite good, doesn't it, at the moment? If the correction has finished here on time, based on my time pivot, then what you're expecting next, you're expecting impulsive price action to take us to higher prices, aren't we? And we just have to see if that happens, you know. And it looks like it's trying to happen, because it hasn't moved. Let it move. Yeah, let's let this move. Let's see what happens. So I think it's okay. There's nothing really more to say about that. It looks good to me. It's a very pretty chart, this token, compared to some other charts. There's a lot of messy charts out there. This is a very kind of technically, aesthetically pleasing chart. So I really should look at it more. I think people should look at this chart and buy. What's that one? Yeah, look, I had this little squiggle here. I always have these little squiggles, and you know, I don't know why I had it down there, but for some reason I had a little squiggle. It came to the right place. It found the right place, and then it went up. Why did I have it? Because I was looking at this overall point of control. Yeah, so these points of control are really important. We found support in the point of control, and we've gone above the level of interest here that I marked out. You see this purple level. So what I can confidently tell you is that we've put in a higher high on this daily time frame. We've actually done more than that. We've changed market structure. So we have a confirmed market structure change to bullish. You see, that was your first higher high. This is your higher low. That's a higher high. So we're in bullish market structure on the daily time frame now. So technically, on this token, buy the dips. Now you've got your invalidation. Just buy your dips. Buy the dips. Buy the dips. Buy the dips. Buy the dips. Sell the highs. Buy the dips. And I wouldn't say sell the highs, i.e. exit. I'd say sell the highs, i.e. take profit at the highs, and then when you get a dip, put the profit back in and just ride that bull as far as you can. That's kind of how you're meant to do it. So really, that's not bad. Let's have a look at Manta interest. Nope. I guess I've looked at it before. I haven't done any analysis on it. I don't really know much about this token. It says it launched on Binance January 24. $400 million market cap, 140 million volume. It's really nice, sir. Really nice volume. Binance, sir. I have no idea about these. The tech. Explore ZK with the first and largest modular L2. I have no idea. Let's have a look at the charts. So you had a launch, and then you've got this kind of take profit all the way down to the value area low, back above the value area point of control, and you can see that 4 days ago, Thursday, you could argue that we found support at the point of control. Yeah, you can argue that. And yeah, yesterday we took out the high, so that was your lower high, this is your lower low. It's been range bound until we finally were able to take out the high yesterday. So you just put in a higher high, so that's your first higher high, and now we're looking for a daily time frame higher low. It could come anywhere, all the way down to here. Not there. As long as you don't take out this low, there'll be a higher low, and then you have to take out the high again, and then you've confirmed the market structure change. That's how it works. But look, it's quite nice. Look, maybe there was some kind of impulsiveness. Look, maybe a wave 1 there, ABC. Maybe this is the wave 3. I don't know. You want to share a link? Here, I'll make you I'll make you a moderator. And you can share a link. I'll make there you go. I'll promote altcoin dreaming so he doesn't feel like he doesn't feel left out. Altcoin dreaming, you've been promoted to managing moderator. Not that it really means anything. Maybe it gives you a different color. Let's have a look at your charts. You have to explain your chart to me. The same color though, huh? Oh, actually, no, there's no way to tell that you're a managing moderator. Oh, you shared the wrong chart. Okay. So the moving averages have turned these ones that you have here. So they're trending upwards. You've got this big one coming down though. So you still got quite a large kind of, there will be a pullback eventually, because you still got some higher time frame downward momentum on this token. It really needs to pump to kind of undo the downward momentum. Let me just do this quickly for you, and I'll just mark these levels so I have them for my own reference, because you may ask me, or someone might ask me to come and have a look at it again. Look at this. Nice. Look, the 382 and the point of control lined up very nicely. So you have this 236, which is going to act as some kind of resistance on this higher time frame fib. But generally speaking, I think this is okay. You didn't even get down to the halfway mark from the launch candle to the high. Let's have a look at the launch candle. You've crossed this high volume node here, and so you have yeah, looks okay, huh? Let me just pull this back to the actual launch candle. No, I think so it's probably better to the high there. And let me do the other side as well. So in terms of fibs, all right, let's have a look at the higher time frame as well. Sorry, let me just do this because it helps. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Open sharing a chart. Let me have a look at his one. What's this? Yeah, I think that downward momentum, you have to be a little bit careful because you've got quite strong downward momentum here. Will it come back into the value area? Maybe not. Maybe you'll get a flip. We are getting a little bit of bearish divergence here. You can see that on the MACD. No, not really. I can see on the stochastic, but I don't really use the stochastic, so I'm not 100% about the stochastic. But actually on the MACD, it's not too bad. And this candle is bullish. Like, look at this monthly candle. It's a really bullish monthly candle. It's an engulfing candle. If it stays green, increasing volume. So I don't think I don't think it's bad. I really don't. But let me just kind of do this. Let me just have a look at these levels quickly. So you've got a monthly level up there. That's a big level. Got one here. Weekly, let's have a look at this. We're trying to flip one now, huh? See where we are? We're trying to flip one now. It's dailies. I won't do all of them. Just any that are relevant. Like that one, that's a relevant one there. Because it's right next to the others. So there's pretty big resistance there. And then you've got a joined level there. Marve is saying the Dutch Dtravel has issues with transactions. It's too late. Marve, you come up with some crazy random things. All right, so these are your liquidity levels based on market structure. These are your liquidity levels. These are your volume levels. And then you've got your fib retracement levels as well. Okay, so anywhere that there's black, there's pretty much no liquidity, so it'll probably move quite fast. I think if you flip this weekly level right now, you see you've broken it. If you flip it, it looks like it wants to flip, so it's potentially, if this holds as a back test, it's a good place for the price to find support. A an SR flip of this weekly level. Let's see how the price is reacting off it. Yeah, you can see it's reacting quite nicely at the moment. You're finding a little bit of support on this weekly level. So as long as the price can hold that with the next move, it's still range bound, but that's a nice big volume here. It may actually go down to fill the bottom of the volume candle, that green candle there. it's possible. Or you'll go back down to look for support. I mean, no one really knows. But you've got a really bullish monthly candle, like a really bullish one. So you could buy those candles, and then targeting upwards, you've got a massive strong kind of area of resistance here. See though? Somewhere there. Just kind of where you've got these liquidity levels where there is previous consolidation into the golden pocket. So if you are in a position and you're looking to, it's only about 69% higher than the current price, but really if you're looking to trade this or take a little bit of profit and to try and compound, then that would be the place to do it, because you could get a nice pullback just because of the momentum of the market on this. It's still quite to the downside. And then in terms of the movement, maybe that's a wave 1 ABC, maybe this is the wave 3. You've got increasing volume, so it's healthy volume on this price rise, this price increase in price, isn't it? 1 2 3. So this is the wave 3, 4 5. That's kind of what you're looking at right now, isn't it? Potentially. And arguably you could just have a flat, like a one candle flat correction here, and impulse again all the way up to that target. So kind of look at that as your target, I think, and try not to be over ambitious with this at the moment, just because it's the first wave that you're looking at, the first impulsive waves, and also because of the downward momentum on this correction. It has to be reversed, and usually these first impulsive wave flattens the momentum so on the pullback, then you can have a really nice big wave, which would technically be a wave 3. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now on this token. And then if you do a kind of like a trend based fib, so look at this, a 1-to-1 perfectly brings you to the 3.82. I wonder if we hit 1-to-1 or not, because at the moment we haven't hit it, and actually that means that your wave 3 is shorter than the 1, which means that your 5 has to be shorter than the 3. So if the wave 3 is shorter than the 1, at the moment it is, because I've just done a fib extension, and at the moment the wave 3 is shorter, and so therefore if this wave has ended and this is corrective now, it's not impulsing anymore, then actually you're looking for a slightly shorter wave 5 than this wave 3. It looks very similar, but you're looking for a shorter one. So I'm just imagining that this has ended here, and if you find support here of this weekly level, I don't know, then you'll have a 1-to-1. That would be your target. It would be that area, and you just have to be careful, because that's only if you find support here. If you go down further, say back to the 618 or even back down there, then your targets are much lower, you know, because you're not going to do more than a 1-to-1, just simply because this 3 is at the moment technically shorter than the 1. Does that make sense? All right, so just be aware of that. Don't go for more than a 1-to-1 on the next impulsive wave after you see the correction end. Yeah, no one knows what the correction is going to look like. Okay, and it is actually possible that this is the correction, and actually the top of the 1 was here, the 3 was here, and this is just some kind of extended flat. To find support here, and then actually your 1-to-1 would bring us, you'd have literally a front run of all your big levels here at this 1.618 at 1.6. So you basically try and scale out as soon as you get to this 1.618, which is at 1.614. Okay, it could go a little bit higher, but just be aware of that. And if it goes higher, it'll be a pump and dump, I think, in this scenario. And that's assuming that this is the top. If that's the top, then that's the top, then that's the top. This is kind of better. If it was like that, it would be much better, because then you can have a really nice target at the monthly level, and you can take it all the way to 1.7. So somewhere between 1.614 dollars through to 1.737 would be a really good area to start skimming a little bit of profit. All right, and then wait for the correction. And the correction, you're looking for, who knows, A, B, C, zigzag, probably. It could be deeper, and it could also be more waves than that. You could end up with an ABC, you can end up with the ABC, and then you could end up with ABC more. You could actually end up even more, going all the way right back down to the point of control for a prolonged correction. I don't think it's going to be so prolonged, but I'm just kind of telling you that it could correct all the way down to here after you hit that target. Right, that's Manta. Right, I hope that helps. I'm not actually going to trade it because the movement on it is not enough for me to be interested, to be honest with you. Maybe on a pullback, possibly on a wave 3. Oh, we're getting a big pullback now on certain tokens. I'm just looking. Let's have a look at the current price action. Let's see. Is it Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin is really pulling back now. So let's have a look at the order flow. Where's our liquidations? So we're back. We've come in here and taken the lower. Wow. Invalidated any local bullish CVD. There must be some single prints in that drop. Oh God, look at those single prints. Single prints are problematic for the price to rise. But if they fill very quickly, right? So we're getting a big pullback on the New York session. We're forming some single prints. Some shorts coming in, huh? Shorts. There is a big short there, 3.3 million. So there's a lot of shorting going on here. So that's interesting. Did we get a back test of the daily open? Not really, yeah. And not even of the VWAP. The VWAP's all the way up there. All right, so let's just kind of go back to my original. Hope all is weak. Everyone's getting wrecked. You'll probably get a liquid. So we have to see if we get a liquidation here. Let me have a look at my bearish. All right, so it's definitely not going to be a higher low unless we hold here. I don't think so, because that's a really sharp drop. That's kind of not. It's kind of makes people bearish when you get these sharp drops, but again, I think it's unlikely that we don't go up and test that level before we really drop if it wants to go down. So we're coming down to fill gaps. There's quite a large amount of volume. You can buy the fear. That's what I usually do, you know, when I see a drop like that. I buy the fear. I don't really hesitate. Dude, I had a look at VII. So if you go back into this stream, you can watch it. It was only about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago that I looked at it. All right. Does that help? Just rewind and have a look at Voigt. Is that all right? There it is. I've already had a look at it. So just go and rewind. All right. Altcoin Dreaming is going for his first trade. Good luck. Good luck, mate. I wish you all the best. Honestly, I mean, it's hard because the price is dropping and people are getting bearish. They always get bearish when the price goes down. Really, when the price goes down, these are the real opportunities. And this could be the final kind of dip. If you're thinking about the final dip, the final opportunity, it's always too late afterwards. It's always too late afterwards. So you kind of have to plan it. Let's have a look at Cake. I think Cake went up all the way up to $3 and it's pulling back. Everything's pulling back, huh? The whole market's pulling back. Let's have a look at BTCD. Should be going up now. Yeah. And look at ETH BTC. Well, SBX looks like it gapped up, huh? There's a big gap, huh? Wow. Look at that gap. It's a big gap. I think that's quite bullish, huh? To gap up. Maybe go back down, find support at the gap, and then go right back up. Let's have a look at the Russell 2000. Look at the gap. It's a big gap formed there. I don't know. I think that's all right. I'm not kind of phased by that, to be honest with you. DXY. DXY is kind of still dropping. You want me to have a look at Slurf? Let's get rid of these brush strokes now. They're a bit distracting. Let's pull this down all the way to here. Coming into support now, into some kind of fib support on this lower pivot. So with Slurf, I've been thinking about this move. It's a really unusual one because you kind of had one wave. It was the Binance futures listing. I think that was the final wave, the 5, which I kind of marked out here to complete the 3. Yeah, I think if it would have happened, it would have happened by now, and it hasn't happened. So I didn't really think that we were just going to go up now. I thought we were going to kind of come and fill a lot of these volume gaps, which it kind of is doing. There is volume coming in here, so people are bullish. They're trying to kind of scale in or catch the dip or whatever. And you see here from this Binance future listing, we're also coming into the value area low. So we're coming into quite a little bit of support here, the value area low and this 786. I'm not thinking that it's a good idea to sell. Like if I wanted to sell, I wouldn't do it here. I'd be looking to sell a a pullback, a pump basically, not a dump. I wouldn't be selling into the dump. Yeah, I'd be looking to buy the dump and sell the pump. Yeah, so you always have to reverse your mindset when it comes to how you buy and sell. That being said, I did kind of contemplate that this was like an ABC. I did think maybe we are going to just kind of do that and maybe do another ABC. This could be it. This could be the final ABC. I think it's more likely than not than this could be the final ABC here. In any case, we are counting waves and we are counting ABCs, aren't we? Although we are, this is being really sold into right now. Look, see, we've kind of come through the 786, come through the value area low. So let me just kind of have a look at more volume and see if I have any indication of what could be going on. Again, it's possible that we go all the way down to test this low, which would be the top of this one. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, so if this was the 1, you have the 2 down to here. If that was the 3, there's no reason why we can't find support somewhere here. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to go that low. I don't know. I'm just saying that it's okay. It makes sense. And it's just trying to find support. Everything about this token right now is now just trying these corrective moves, these zigzag type moves, is just trying to find support. That's what it's trying to do, trying to find support. And that's to do not just about price, but time. And so let me just kind of look at this now. So let's just say this is your ABC. And this is your next ABC. Is this another ABC to make a WXY? Maybe. So where's the target? Well, I think the 618 or the 1-to-1. The 1-to-1 takes us a bit low, so I do prefer the 618. See, the 1-to-1 is down here. It kind of is underneath this area. It would have to be a wick if you wanted to take these lows. Yeah, if you wanted to come down to the 1-to-1, there would have to be a real sharp wick, a capitulation wick, effectively, and right back above the value area low. Otherwise, it will kind of invalidate that, because the price really can't come underneath here. Yeah, and actually that corresponds to the value area low here. So my bets are on the this 886 that corresponds with this 618 extension. That's where I think is the most logical place for the price to find support, some kind of support. You're also coming into some kind of order block here, with this red candle, which becomes a green candle here. It's kind of what I'm thinking. SLERF likes to come to the 886 a lot, and doesn't it? It likes to. And right now what's happening is that SLERF is clearing the liquidity. A lot of people are leveraged, and SLERF just wants to clean it out. Yeah, a lot of people are really like over leveraged. I think that's the same thing that's happening. I'm looking at Solana right now. Solana is also dropping as well. Yeah, Solana is also trying to clear out leverage. It's trying to clear some leverage out. But these dips are the opportunities that we've all been waiting for. You know, like we've been waiting for the dip. These are the opportunities that we want to buy. aren't they? So if you're not going to buy now, then when are you going to buy? If you're waiting for a dip, you know, and Bitcoin presents to you a dip, then, and you're not willing to buy, then what are you doing? You're just waiting for the price to go up before you buy. You'll miss it potentially. Okay, but here I think possibly 27. So from the current price, another 6% lower, and then maybe on time as well. So time wise, let's work this out. Shit. We are kind of on time now, but it's a bit late because that was the 1-to-1. So tomorrow morning would be, that would have been better, huh? That would have been nicer, huh? Because you got this kind of shape. I don't think I've got this wrong. ABC. Let me just do it another way actually, because I'm just wondering if I've done this wrong. Let me just hide those waves now. I'm not going to stay much longer, and I wanted to go over those tokens. You've almost got 5 waves here at the beginning, to be honest with you. Yeah, 1-to-1. It brings us to this 8.886. I don't really, I mean, look, it could be 5 waves, but I'm just gonna stick to my original idea, which was an ABC here. It could be like 5 waves here to begin with, okay? Because you can kind of see potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It kind of that kind of makes me, that's because the reason why I'm thinking like that is because this is a little bit weird. This shape's a bit weird. It's like that. It's a bit weirder. But despite it being a little bit weird, I'll just put it in for now, just so that you can kind of see what I'm thinking. Something like one corrective wave, 2 corrective wave, 3 corrective waves here, WXY, and then timing it to the W to the X. You see that the 1-to-1 it was to this morning, which kind of doesn't land on time. So actually on time would be tomorrow morning at 7. So it's not kind of working for me right now. That being said, you have this fib extension that does work, I think. Yeah, you see this, it's amazing. This, so forget about the time, because at the moment the timings don't work for me and I have to figure this out. So I'm going to reanalyze this local wave here. But what's interesting is about this extension is you have two extensions from here to here to here, which will bring your 618 here. Then this extension, this is a 1-to-1. That's a 1-to-1 there. And it also corresponds with the 886, the 886, which is here. Yeah. And that's 886, which corresponds from that pivot low to that top, to the high there. So actually, I think there's quite strong support at about 27 cents. And yeah, 27 cents. Buy. Okay. Now, obviously, you want to find a reaction. So I never usually advocate pre-orders, or what do you call it? Limit orders. Yeah. I like to see a reaction first. If you see a little reaction there, you have an easy invalidation if you're taking a trade. Because obviously you don't want to buy and then the price continues going down, because actually it really wants to go down further. All right. That would be trickier. And then what? And so time wise, let's just base it on this C to A to this A to the B to the C, just in this last wave. Let's just calculate the time of this last wave. Yeah, like a 1-to-1 on this last wave is basically this evening, really. That'll be a 1-to-1 on this last wave. That kind of matches the descent, this ascent to this descent. Yeah, like there. This evening at about 7 or so p.m. we can find support here on time. That would be nice. If it can just kind of correct out, flatten out, reaction or whatever, then maybe that would be it. Maybe that would be the corrections over, and confirmation of correction being over. I think in this context would probably be just getting back above that pivot. It kind of corresponds with this 618 and this 786. You get back up there. If you're looking for a wider invalidation, just wait for sign of strength would be to get back up there. Then you have a clean invalidation underneath that pivot, and you're expecting now, what you're expecting is an impulsive move. Impulse, yeah, because you're looking at this as the correction being over, okay, for a higher low. And that would kind of coincide with this being the 1. This whole thing was the 3. This is the 5. We're still in wave 1. Yeah, this is the whole thing is a wave 1. And if that is correct, if we do find support at 220, we're coming down faster. So just looking at this, actually, it might be interesting if we hit it sooner, not the 1-to-1 like now. Look, you're coming to the 618. It's coming down much quicker than anticipated. So that would be okay too if we find support here in the next half an hour or whatever, 50 minutes. Oh my god, people are dying, Bitcoin is going to hell, Bitcoin is going to zero, sell. What should I do? Buy, sell, buy. Amazing, huh? 91k, guys. If it comes to 91k, you buy the living hell out of that token, out of Bitcoin or whatever token you want. 91k. All right. 91k. So we might get it quite soon. This looks good. This looks good for here much sooner. So in the next half an hour. Look. And then that, for me, that would be correction over. Then I want to see an impulsive move with a sign of, beginning with a sign of strength. taking us above 28.5, 28.5. Okay, that's kind of what I want to see, if that's possible. If the gods want to give it to me, that would be amazing. This buying here could be people buying. It could also be big take profits. Yeah, so just be careful. Yeah, don't just think it's going up. Oh no, this is the low is in. That could just be a big take profit. All right. It's looking nice there, like quite high volume there. But just be careful of that. You don't just want to blindly buy that, thinking that the low is in, especially when it's underneath a 786 there. Right into resistance. Yeah, just be careful of that. Ideally you want to hit your target, which is slightly lower, for maximum confluence. And then the other thing is, like I was saying, when it comes to the EW waves, if we do have let me just get rid of these brush strokes now. Rename possible. Yeah. If we do complete our correction here, if it's front run, then don't blame me. I don't take responsibility for front run price action. Bringing back our original idea, I might have to kind of hide these a little bit so it's a little bit less messy. All right. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, this is your correction. It's looking quite nicer right now. It looks okay. Then maybe it doesn't really matter, but it is also possible that that was your 5 there. I mean, it really doesn't matter. And that was your 3. Oops. And that was your 3 there. And this whole thing is a flat, some kind of flat correction. Doesn't really matter, because you pretty much come to the same place anyway. Okay, so whether that was your 5 and then this is your ABC, or whether actually I'm just looking at it now, and in hindsight it is also possible that that was correct. Somehow that was correct. That was your 3, 4, 5 ended there, and then this whole thing is a flat correction, and it's a different kind of correction. And if that's the case, then we're kind of on time too. We're still on time. Yeah, so the timings are really important, and slightly away from the time it should be, just because we went up so fast. Slightly late, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm just kind of throwing that out there, just because it doesn't really make much difference, because ultimately you come to the end of the 3 at the same place in any case, and you're coming back down for a 4, which is what's happening, whether it's in this corrective move like this, or whether the whole thing was corrective. Like, I don't think so, but I mean, just kind of throwing out there, you still have to find support above this level here. We can't come underneath this level. It does make a difference though, because that was impulsive. If that was the end of the 3, and that would have been the one there, I don't like it. So let's just look at our targets. Let me just draw this volume as well to see if there's any shift in the volume. No. Value area low is slightly high. Oh, the point of control here is the lows. That's weird. Don't know why that's so. What's my fibs? I'm sure 8, somewhere around 8 was an important level. Let me just have a look at this other chart. Get rid of these now. Look at the volume on this chart as well. Yeah, I'm not sure about the targets. All right. Ray, see you at 77k. Oh my god, really? don't imagine 77k. Let's have a look at Bitcoin and let's deal with the flow though, because that would be really important to see. Oh wow, drop. So there's your big liquidations, a bunch of liquidations, liquidation. You've got some longs coming in here. I think 77k would be pretty depressing, huh? I'm not thinking 77k. No way. We're coming into the first area of lack of volume here, and we've had some liquidations. Generally speaking, liquidations are really good areas to buy. Yeah, you can see the liquidation. If I zoom in a little bit, fuck, look at that. There's a lot of liquidations here, in the millions. Yeah. Minus 19, negative delta, 13 million. Some longs coming in here. These are big longs. Some shorts coming in here, huh? So some people are still shorting here. That's good. You want to see shorts. Yeah. So I mean, if you're looking for confirmation, like if you're not sure, then just be patient. It's never good to rush into it. I think in this sense that getting back above that level will be really important, right? So that's your basically your SF. That's your range. This is the local range. That's your range low. You've fallen in underneath this value area, and so generally speaking, I'm still expecting a back test. So whatever happens, I think we're going up. This is kind of now like crypto's crazy, yeah. Crypto's crazy. Yeah. the price gets back above that level, then the low could be in here. Let's have a look at ETH BTC. Oh look, ETH BTC is going right up again. I'm not bearish, guys. Like, if you think I'm like somehow feeling bearish, I'm not. Okay. Just FYI. And a lot of the altcoins, it's a really good opportunity. I'm looking at the altcoins now and I'm seeing a lot of great opportunity on altcoins. A lot of them have already bounced, huh? All right. Yeah. BTC dominance is DXY. So I think what we've experienced, I'm not 100%, we've gapped up on the S&P 500 and on the Russell 2000, which is generally considered bullish because you've got a gap underneath the price. The gap, usually what happens is there's a price pullback to fill the gap, and if and when you fill the gap, that becomes support. Yeah, the gap fills and then that's support, and then it starts to continue. Yeah, usually that's what happens with these gaps. The gaps fill and the price goes. Sometimes you have a gap like here that you've got gaps that haven't been filled. Yeah, there was a gap here and it just gapped the gap, and then it came back down and it couldn't get into the gap. And so actually I think the kind of the instability that we're experiencing is that we've just hit the high here on the S&P 500. No, isn't that an all-time high? And the price went up, took the high, and then now we're going back down to fill the gap. So I really feel that this is like, this could be the opportunity of a lifetime to long. Look, the Russell 2000 is pumping like there's no tomorrow. So I'm not feeling bearish at all. Like, I really feel like if you're gonna long, you do it now, or you literally do it never, because yeah. Let's see anyway. We'll see who's right at the end. It's a balance of probabilities, and the key is either to have an invalidation or just not to over leverage. Like, if you're leveraging, you're going to be fucked. Quanex, good morning. The reality is I have errands. I can't be here all day. I wish I could come back later. It'd be fun to come back later. Hi Shmoo. So Zin, nice one. Nice. Welcome, Ray. Welcome everyone. Marve's here. RH, alaikum salam. Just be careful with these bounce, because you could be caught. You really want to wait for the pullback if you haven't taken a long. Yeah, don't, or scale in, because what happens with these bounces is that traders take longs and they take profits, and then you get the pullback, and then you want to see, generally speaking, some kind of local golden pocket to hold. Yeah, and then if you see some kind of local level holding, then that would be the better place to long, because it means that it's found its floor, it's found its support. Right. So Zinzin, I just literally did Slurf for you, actually. Literally did it. So I don't know if it might be a good idea to just rewind a little bit and just go straight back to it. It might be. I mean, obviously I'm interested in Slurf as well. I've got a really nice spot position in Slurf. It's almost come down to my level. Fuck, it's almost come down to my level. 27.6. I wonder if we're gonna hit my level though. Still, I don't know if we're just gonna go straight up with Slurf. Slurf never really just goes straight up, does it? It likes to kind of mess around in areas a little bit and then go up. So Shmoo wants to pump Quanex. I want Quanex to pump too, my friend. I want them all to pump. I want all of us to be rich together. And then drinks on altcoin dreaming. No, I'm just kidding. Drinks are on me. All right. Okay. Don't worry. I mean, look, you put in a higher high daily time frame. Ignore this wick. Ignore that wick. That's your higher high. We've taken out the higher high. That's your higher high. Let's get a higher low now. All right. Could today's candle be the higher low? Yeah, it could be. Yeah. You've got the value area low here. Sorry, the value area of this range. You've cleared it nicely, and this is your pullback. This is the pullback, right? If you look at this, we're correcting, aren't we? This is a correction. So right now we're finding a little bit of support here on the value area. If we could find support, maybe we can impulse again. And that's very similar to look what happened there. This was slightly different because you had a really nice flat correction on the value area. Back testing. How many times did the back test? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, yeah. And eventually the price just kind of started to go up and then up and then up, yeah. We're having very different price action in this impulsive move. We're getting really nice impulsive price action, increasing volume. I don't mind that you've got high volume red candles because it means some people have taken profit. Let them take profit and let the price hold here. It's like, it's good to see profit takes and it's good to see the price stay here. It's kind of what you want to see. All right. So definitely try to not panic. Okay. Because this looks like a really nice impulsive wave 1. Let's have a wave 2 now. ABC, that's what you're looking for. So potentially we've completed the A and the B. Again, with these tokens, it's extremely illiquid. It's very hard to know where the wave starts and ends. Yeah. Was that your first wave? Was this a corrective move flat? Was that your third wave? Is that 4? Is that 5? Possible. So are we looking for an ABC now? Like this? Possible. Yeah. Don't know. Or is it can you just, is that just whole one, is that just a whole one big wave there, and then this is your, if that was your whole wave 1, if that's just the whole wave 1, there's no like whatever, maybe there is in lower time frames, I don't know. Let's look at it. It's like whatever. Could it be that this is an ABC? Maybe. I don't know. And actually, just looking at it right now, it does kind of look like, you see, you've got a really nice ABC here, so that's definitely corrective, and possibly there is like 5 waves in this, whatever this is here. So I am thinking now, just looking at it, it may be that we're still looking to correct a little bit longer here. So maybe it is like this. Maybe that's right. Okay. That means we're looking for an ABC here. This is the A. And so let's see how that plays out. Is it flat or is it? Do we get that? And then we're looking for an impulsive. But ideally, we want to just hold this value area. Yeah. So I don't think many people are trading this. I think most people are just accumulating spots. It's a really good place to accumulate as long as we hold. And even if we don't hold, look, we've got a point of control just underneath us. So potentially, if it does kind of do something more like this, it's still okay, isn't it? Because it could just go down and find support. Let's just say I don't know, let's just say it does this. You lose the point of the value area. You're thinking shit, but actually, look, you're at the point of control. Oh, impulse. Let's go. So it's still okay, isn't it? Because you're actually on support lines. You've cleared these support areas very nicely, and now we're just looking for a corrective move. So either it's flat or it's zigzag. That's basically what you're looking for, right? And ideally, we want it to be flat, right? So that's Quanx. Let's go back to Bitcoin again. So the spotlight is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of finding strength, guys. So look, this could be good. It's always good to wait for the back test. If we can kind of, we haven't gone as far as I wanted. I really wouldn't mind if we flipped this SFP line that I've marked out, to be honest with you. I think that would be nice to see that. I see a lot of altcoins are finding support, actually. So I'm here streaming, not able to buy or do anything. So, all right. Like I said, I'm bullish. I think the dips are the right places to buy. So if you're looking to enter a token, now is an interesting time, yeah? Like these scary moments, these pullbacks. Right. I want to look at these other tokens. I'm going to take a short break, like a short 5-minute break, and I'm going to have a look at SSWP WLD ZRO and TRVL, and then that's probably going to be it, because I've got an errand to run very quick, very shortly. Okay, I've got a check-in of one of my properties. I'm an Airbnb super host, so I have to do that. So take a 5-minute break, and then I'll quickly just run over those tokens, and then I'm probably going to come back later tonight, probably. Yeah, why not? It's fucking bull season. Let's just have fun, you know. Let's party. Let's just look at charts together. Why not? All right, so 5-minute break. I'll be back. All right. So, hi, I'm back. Let's see. SSWP. So this is SUI-swap. Getting a little bit of support here. We're still not kind of bottoming out here, I don't think, on Bitcoin. So usually these bottoms, you want to see some kind of, I don't know if I would mind another liquidation, at least some bullish divergences. We are getting some bullish divergences. So that's something to bear in mind. Look at this. This is lower CVD increasing, but that gives you confidence about this actually. I like bullish divergences. So that's a good sign if we're finding bullish divergences here. That's kind of what you want to see, isn't it? So could be good. And I'm looking at the funding rates now on my phone. I see a lot of funding rates have been like Doge is right back down to 0.0184. So I can see a lot of people are like closing their positions. ATH is still bullish. ATH is bullish funding rate. Let me have a look at NEAR. I'm just looking at my phone because it's easier to see. NEAR is not bullish. It's still slightly bearish. AVAX, slightly bearish. Not bullish. SLEF is slightly bearish too. But look at that. That looks good. We're getting some bullish CVD here, which is kind of what you want to see. That kind of gives you a little bit of confidence about longing because you know that the shorts are being absorbed. Huh? You can see it slightly. You see that? How the price, the CVD put a lower low here and the price put a slightly higher low. These liquidation bubbles are really important. You see these liquidation bubbles usually means that the price is now looking to reverse, usually. Yeah. And in the context of a bull market, you long the hell out of liquidations. Yeah. Not financial advice. Never a financial advice. I'm not telling people what to do. You should only do what you're comfortable with, right? So let's have a look at these other tokens. We'll kind of come back to that. I just need to quickly go over these because I said I would, and it makes no sense if I don't. So, all right. Oh, look at that. That's really nice. So look at that. That's really nice, isn't it? That's kind of what you want to see, isn't it? A little back test on that SFP line. Like, it's not looking terrible, is it, at the moment? Now, what we need is we need to get back above the value area high here. And what's interesting? What is interesting? Let me just update this volume because it looks like the volume's moved. Let me just have a look. This Trump pump volume. Got to go to a higher time frame. Oh, the value area high has actually moved up, hasn't it? See that? So this is slightly different because we've moved above the value area and value area has actually shifted. It's interesting. We still have that neckline where I've drawn that yellow line. It's still there. And that's basically a local, now we're looking at a local range value area. So it's slightly different. So we just have to get into the local range value area and not reject from it. Now that we've cleared the liquidity from this pivot low, this is a really nice liquidation run, to be honest with you. And now what we really want to do is get up there, get up there. Right, let me just go over these tokens. SSWP, this is SUI-swap. So I'm wondering if with SUI-swap we this was a 5-wave move here. I was kind of looking at it a little bit earlier. I like the volume that took the price up, so that for me that kind of made me interested in just continuously looking at this. That's your kind of 5-wave move, the 5 impulsive move, and then you've got this kind of a little bit of an ABC here, isn't it? So I am wondering if this is like a wider flat correction here. It's a bit tricky because based on time, if it's the 618, it's like now. Or if it's the 1-to-1, it's there. It's Tuesday, i.e. tomorrow. Okay. We actually put a higher low here. So that was your first, this was your low, and potentially that was your first impulsive move. That could just be wave 1. This could be your ABC correction, and this could be a really massive next wave, the wave 3. This is kind of what I'm saying. A lot of tokens are displaying similar characteristics with the first impulse and some kind of correction culminating this week or early this week. So I'm quite interested in this. I think this has a lot of legs, to be honest with you, just because of SUI. I think SUI has a lot of legs. And then looking at the volume profile, it's a bit tricky because we're underneath the point of control, and naturally what we need, and that is the golden pocket. What the price really needs to do for a sign of strength is to just get back above it. And then really I think we're going to go for an impulsive move. I don't know if it's going to happen now or tomorrow, but I think that would be confirmation. So I'm kind of interested in how this plays out. I have a very small position in SUI-swap, so I'm interested to see how this plays out. The other ones I wanted to quickly have a look at is WLD. I mean, I've got WLD going to the moon. So what I like about WLD is not only did you have a really nice five wave first wave, and you have a really deep correction. I like deep corrections because I think deep corrections are usually, generally speaking, at least in the first instance, they're really bullish. Deep and long corrections are bullish. And also you can see now that the point of control, you see where the point of control is? It's here. Oh shit, if I can draw that line straight. So look at where we are. We're above the point of control. We're back testing the point of control after we've cleared the point of control. The volume is nice. I actually think this is a really good setup, to be honest with you. Like, if anyone's interested, the price holds the point of control. Is a clear invalidation here, and so what you need is an impulsive move, and it would be an impulsive continuation, effectively. Okay, so I'm thinking that there was some kind of, it's not really easy to see, but maybe there was some kind of wave 1 here, something like that, for a corrective ABC. I don't know, or maybe the whole thing's a correction. I'm not 100%, because it's not as impulsive as I want it to be, and I like with impulse, I like green candles like this. I like this is the kind of impulse I really enjoy, because it's easy to see the impulse, whereas here It's not really easy to see. Maybe it is. Maybe that was the wave 1, correction 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that was the ABC. Maybe this is the one and we're about to kind of impulse away. But really, this is a good place to buy because we're above the point of control and we're back testing it as support, and the volume is good. Look at the volume. I like the volume. The volume is really nice. Increasing volume, increasing prices. The take profit is quite good volume, and you see the price is holding the point of control. So I think the WLD is a really good setup right now for higher prices, as long as that point of control can hold a support. I don't see why it doesn't. Okay, and then we are potentially in the wave 3. At wave 3, I'm looking for a 1-to-1 will take us to $15. An extended move will take us higher. Yeah, and so from the current price at $2.50 to $15, it's not a bad increase in value. The total value locked on SUI swap. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. Does it say? It says 1 point. Is that correct? No, that's SUI. Let's do it differently. All right, I'll do it later. Yeah, I'll have a look at it later. That's not much, is it? Why is the volume low here though? Is it that low? I'm not going to be able to hang out for long. Yeah. Market cap's 4 million though, huh? 4 million. The volume is 500. I know you don't like it, but it's only a 4 million market cap. And look at the market cap of SUI. $9 billion. So don't know. I think it's an easy one, huh? It's an easy play, huh? Once it starts running. It's kind of like a brainless player. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. It doesn't have to become number 1. It only has to go up to 40 million to 10x. It only has to go up to 400 million to 100x. Anyway, I mean, I've got a small position. It's not a big deal. So I think WWLD, weapons of mass destruction, WWMD. Anyway, let's see what happens. Yeah, who knows? You never know. And zero pumped today. So this is layer 0. I've talked about 0 in the past. Yeah. So no one was. I don't think anyone who's following my streams can tell. You can't tell me that I didn't tell you. Now. Every coin's been pumping, so you could argue, Amir, every coin's pumped. You could have said any coin, and every coin would have been right, and you could have told us that. But actually, I'm seeing bullish structure here. I'm seeing impulsive moves, and I'm seeing really nice pullbacks to interesting areas. And I'm seeing basically it's a cartel coin, isn't it? These coins are going to be pumped to the moon by the cartels, the crypto cartels. So that's why I was interested in this coin. You think for $4.5 is expensive now, but I wouldn't be surprised if these shit coins, or well, if they might be good coins, end up in high numbers, really high numbers. And the great thing is that they have volume to match. I don't think it's bad because it's back testing the value area high here. So all you're doing here is just back testing this value area, which is okay. If you flip that, then we're basically going to take the highs and go into price discovery. And what's interesting is this correction, not exactly correct, but it was almost correct. It was not exactly, but it was almost okay. And no one no one can claim to be 100% accurate, so I'm not even doing that. But yeah, all right. Unfortunately, guys, I have to go. I know there's a few people here, so I apologize. I will come back later and I will stream later on, and we'll probably just chart and chill, and hopefully Bitcoin hasn't crashed. Hopefully it's pumping. Right now it's looking good, isn't it? Right now Bitcoin is looking good. Look at that. Let's get back above that value area and let's go up. Yeah, I don't think anyone was scared, were they? I don't think anyone here was scared. No one was scared. Anyone scared? No one was scared, really. All right, guys, have a wonderful afternoon and we'll chat later. All right, see ya. Oh, not yet. I'm not going yet. I forgot to talk about TRVL. So there are people who come and watch me for TRVL. So I quickly have to look at that too. Shit. Like once I didn't do TRVL and someone said, Amir, you didn't do TRVL. And it's like, damn, why didn't I do TRVL? Let me just do TRVL. So I was interested in this speed fan actually. And I'm just going to go to the regular chart and show you. And this is the only thing I'm going to do on TRVL. With speed fan, you have to use a regular chart. You can't use log. So I'm taking it from the launch. On this chart, you can't see it because it's a combined, but it's basically from the end of November at 1.56, which is the all-time high. And you have to take it to the lowest low, which is the all-time low, which is there. Okay. It's quite a distorted chart, but you can actually see that this pump actually came into find resistance exactly on this 382 speed fan. You see that? This 382. Okay. And it pulled back, and look, we've broken it and we had a little back test. So what we're actually doing right now is we're flipping this 382 speed fan. This is really bullish. It's a really bullish to see. And naturally, when you do flip these speed fans from resistance to support, the next speed fan becomes your target. Yeah. So in the context of this price action in this price range, the next speed fan at the moment, by the end of December, would take us to about 30 cents if we can get an impulsive move. It doesn't always work like that, because obviously here, that was the all-time low. We didn't go up to the 382 in one go. We had to go up and then come back down, and we're finally there. So it's always possible that you kind of end up there. But if we do get some kind of impulsive price action, then these speed fans are really paying. It looks like they want to the price is respecting them. So the next one is a 50%. Then you've got the big one, which is the 618. That's a really big one. And so I'll be keeping an eye on those. If I look at the GAN, go back to log for GAN. What's interesting about the GAN fan is that on the higher time frame, if you look at it, again, from the same pivots, from the all-time high at 1.56 to the all-time low, you see that the 2-1 on the GAN, we found resistance there. What's interesting is that we've broken it. You see that? We've broken it. And now we're finding resistance at the speed fan, and the speed fan's been broken too. Okay. So we're actually, all of these things are signs of strength. We're finding strength in that we're breaking historic resistance levels and lines, and we're finding strength. 5.5 is still, for me, an absolute must hold. whatever happens. And I think we're about to hold it. I think what happens in this week is going to be really important. If Bitcoin can cross 100k, I think we're probably heading up to the next GAN fan probably, and that will be a higher high here. Maybe then we can actually just clean break it and go up to higher numbers. Maybe we'll see what happens. All right, so take care, and then we'll chat hopefully later on. All right, take care.